All right, get ready. We're about to start this live stream very soon. All right, big first shout out to Unity Jacob on Periscope. Yo to you, you're the first comments to come in. Paisley Cross on YouTube, and Lily, hi, back to you on YouTube. We're starting very soon. Starting very soon. Quick hello to Michael Lopez. Yeah, who am I drawing today? Yeah, I just say that. And then to Bradford, always checking in for you. Now back to you, Jacob. Thanks for the love. You're on Periscope. We're starting soon. Starting very soon. I hope you guys are ready. Welcome to today's Art Life Live. My name is David Garibaldi, and as always, I'm going to be creating for you a new image. Also, this one of my favorite creatives. Let's paint. My name is David Garibaldi, and I paint live. As I paint, let's talk about Art Life Live starts now. All right. Actually, no, we're in the wrong thing up there. Not sure why. Just go to the pre-painting scene. Yeah, there we go. All right. Welcome, everybody. Let's start this off. Where are you tuning in from? Let me know your city, state, or country. Right now, I see Mary in Canada. Thank you so much for joining. I see Dominic. You're in New York. I'm gonna check in over here with Instagram. I see Panama is on TikTok. Let's see. I see Dallas, welcome. Amsterdam, Nicaragua, Colombia. Wow, you guys are tuning in from all over the world. New York, also joining us. I think that's France. The French flag. A lot of flags popping up. I saw the South African flag, Arkansas, Brooklyn, England. I love the usage of emoji flags on TikTok. It's going in. All right, so today we're gonna start in about 1 minute. I've got one painting for you today. The only clue is it's one of my favorite creatives. So that's all I'm gonna tell you right now. Also, if you're watching this on Instagram, on Facebook, Periscope, or Twitch, or YouTube, check out the screen. There's a video playing. This weekend, we put out the new official visualizer for the song Come and Go by Juice WRLD and Marshmello. This official visualizer was put on Juice WRLD's YouTube. We've been doing a series of these. I can't tell you if it's the last one or not. You'll have to stay tuned, but I'm curious, have you guys seen the new visualizer for Come and Go? You guys gotta let me know. In the meantime, let's still shout out some cities, states, or countries. I see Lily from the UK, Paul in Placerville, Byron on Instagram. You're in the UK, welcome. I see Germany, welcome. Also Mexico on TikTok as well. Shout out to Chatty, I love you, welcome. So what did you guys think of the new Come and Go official visualizer? by Juice WRLD and Marshmello. We put it out this weekend. It's on Juice WRLD's YouTube. There's a link in my bio for that. Also, before we get into this first painting today, the one painting, always remember, if you're watching this on Instagram and TikTok, go to the link in my bio. You can watch this live stream in HD. Last quick shout out to Michael Lopez watching from the USA. All right, hope you guys are ready for today's painting. Are you guys ready over here? I'm gonna bring you along in just a moment, but all together, I like to do this together. I'm gonna imagine that we're all in a room together and we all just say, let's paint. Welcome everybody. Welcome. Let me come down here. So you'll notice something new. TikTok and Instagram, we set you up next to our camera slider. If you want to watch a better version of this live stream, there's a link in my bio. Otherwise, thank you everyone for tuning in from around the world. I've got one painting for you, and I hope you guys enjoy. As always, ask your questions down below in the comments. I think I can get about this close to see your questions. So ask your questions down below. We'll do our best to answer. Also, this video will be posted later, probably on my Instagram and YouTube. So, all right, let's get started. So this painting today, I've never done before, but still one of my favorite creatives. It's the only clue I'm gonna give you today. All right. All right, let's paint. All right. So as always, I appreciate you all so much for joining me for these Art Life Live sessions. I always like to check in, see where you're from. Also, I want to see if you're new or if you're back. So if you're new watching this painting series or live stream, just comment new below. If you've seen these live streams before, even if it was once, just say, I'm back. And as always, start asking your questions down below. Do my best to answer those as well. So I'm not gonna give too many clues on who this is because I feel like even when I paint the portrait, there's a part of this person that you really recognize from this one particular characteristic on them. But again, that's the beauty of these portraits, and that's what I love about this, is that one line, one color, one characteristic can completely change everything. So while I am bringing this to life right now, if you have any comments below, Ray is gonna shoot those my way. I'm gonna mix in. So what I did was, as soon as I start these paintings, I like to do an underpainting of the undertones of some of the darker colors. And I want these darker colors to show through later on as I start to paint more on top of this portrait. I've never painted this portrait before, so taking my time a little bit. So Ray, are there any questions down below? Okay, so someone asked, would I ever paint the president? The current one, probably not. Probably won't paint him. But have I painted a president? Yes. Matter of fact, tomorrow is President Barack Obama's birthday, and I'll be posting a video of my performance there at the White House for him. So I'll be sharing that on my Instagram tomorrow. Thank you for the question, appreciate it. All right, so someone just asked, what material do I paint on? And this is just a black canvas. So this is a canvas that is first cotton. It was white and it was gessoed black, but I also buy these in like massive rolls. So I don't personally paint these all black myself. All right, so someone asked, how long have I been painting and have I ever been to Chicago? I've been painting professionally for about 17 years, but I've been an artist my whole life. I've just always been creating or a creator. And then have I ever been to Chicago? Yes, I love Chicago. I have actually used to do, when the NBA season was and is in, I do a lot of halftimes for the Chicago Bulls, but also we've done a ton of other events in Chicago. So one of my favorite cities. I love Chicago. By the way, real quick, since I was talking about travel, places I used to go. This weekend, I went on my first trip in forever. It's been forever since I've traveled, but I went to Washington, D.C., and I did a very, very small private performance for the Empowerment Leadership Institute. Now, it was probably only a group of about 75 people there, super spread out, and they're honoring these, teens that grow up in very, very, very underprivileged areas in the DMV area. So that's DC, Maryland, and Virginia. And these students, we got to perform for them and speak to them. So I don't know if you guys caught that on my Instagram Live, but big thank you to the house, the McCormicks, for bringing us out. And it was nice to get my feet wet to paint again. Felt good. All right, any other questions, feel free to ask below in the comments. Ray's gonna shout them out to me. All right, so someone asked, do I ever paint animals? Yes, I have and I do. It's been a while, but I know for sure sometime soon I'm gonna do an animal theme session on here with you guys. If you didn't already know this, if you follow my Instagram stories, you'll know this. I am a dog lover, animal lover myself. My girlfriend and I both have rescues, and if we're not celebrating our dogs, we're gonna find some other animal to celebrate. But I just always grew up with dogs. Thank God my parents, they always had pets in our home, and I was blessed to just be surrounded by the love of animals. Still do. All right, so any guesses so far on who this is? I'm curious if even at this point you guys can guess who it is. All right, so someone asked, how old am I? I'm 37 years old. Or years young, however you want to put it. But every year that goes by, I enjoy getting older. I enjoy this process of getting wiser, learning from my mistakes. Also, feel free to browse the Instagram comments as well on the live stream. I'm curious, do they have any guesses yet of who it could be? Actually, it's okay. You can pull it up on your phone if you want. Yeah. So I'm taking my time with this portrait because I've never done it before, but I'm curious if you guys have any guesses. I'm gonna try to come down here, read some comments. I'm just gonna read some comments down below on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Periscope. Let's see. Oh, so Lisa said, is that Rihanna? I don't know, you'll have to wait and see. Let's see, let me check these comments over here. Let's see. All right. So someone said, can I do a mallard duck? You have to wait on that one, but you never know, you never know. You know, a lot of my paintings that I create on this, live stream, it really varies on, but most of the time it's things that I haven't done before. So even if I've done it, most of the time I try not to repeat them here. I mean, there's been maybe a couple that I've done, but for the most part, I'm trying to stick to newer images every time. But the person who asked if this is Rihanna, definitely not Rihanna. You have to. Okay, so someone said Eddie Murphy. You heard Albert Einstein, interesting. Travis Scott, interesting. Okay. All interesting guesses. Someone said Michael Jackson. It's actually, those are actually not bad guesses. I mean, obviously I know who I'm doing. You'll see soon. I'll say this is definitely one of my favorite creators. I could say that for sure. Time to add we need some more highlights for this particular face. Sometimes I do like to let the paint dry before I add this stuff, but I think for this portrait I'm just gonna kind of mix it all in together. All right, let's get a little bit more of the highlights. I'm gonna add some white to the skin tone. I'm gonna go back to this wall. I like to use the wall as a palette to mix these colors as I go. I'm curious, has anyone guessed it right yet? I really feel like this particular face, I don't think people will really guess it until near the end. Because again, there's something very distinctive about this person. And by the way, those of you who, paint portraits and create, even if you're not seeing it yet, just trust your process. Just keep going. All right. I'm gonna add some highlights for the eyes. Here, I'm gonna mix a little tint into this white, and then I'll come back with the white to brighten it. And then after I put these eyes in, I'm gonna come back, read some of your comments down below. All right, we're gonna leave that there. Let's get a little bit more white so we can add a little bit more highlight to these eyes. Sometimes you can overdo the highlights in the eyes. All right, so someone asked, where can they find frames or prints? And there's a link in my bio that goes to my online store. So it's garibaldiarts.com/shop. And I've got prints in there of various sizes. And I believe we may be doing a launch later on this week. So if you ever want to get notified about future launches, text the word Art Life to 58885. And again, that's also in the bio of all my social platforms. All right, let's add some more highlights to this face. You know, the highlights and the shadows are like the defining factors of these faces and these portraits. I mean, it can literally change with a stroke of the brush sometimes. All right, I'm gonna add some more brown to the eyes. By the way, if you ever do that, if you have a little excess paint on your hand, just, you know, just give it a toss. Just throw it up a little bit. No correct guesses. All right, I know where it's all gonna happen. I know where it's gonna all come to life. And that's what's interesting about these faces is a brush stroke can change it all. You know, I'm gonna keep these. Actually, get this purple, put a little black in it. I'm gonna add some definition to this. Let me know who the first person is to guess this, even with these few lines on. As you guys guess. All right. Okay, so shout out to Roosevelt Witten for the official first guess. I believe he's on Facebook. Yes. Yes, Roosevelt Witten. Got it. I feel like we should do like prizes for like the first correct guess. But again, I feel like they're all correct based on your life experience. You know, what you've experienced or not experienced in life, you're just kind of going off of your current knowledge, you know? This is if The Weeknd didn't already have one of the most iconic haircuts. This is the other most iconic haircut. All right, it's a great question. Someone just asked, what do they do if they lost motivation? And I'm assuming for, you know, something creative, but let's just say it's whatever you've been doing for a long time. So at one point, so actually let's just backtrack. You lost motivation, which means that at some point you've already had motivation to do something. So maybe it has to do with something that you love. And, you know, I always like to tap back into the beginning stages of how I create. So say for example, if I ever, you know, start to lose my motivation for just painting period, I actually like to just paint live like this, because when I started, I would paint live in front of very, very small crowds. And right now I know there's a lot of people watching, but I still feel like I'm just painting live in front of, you know, Ray is here watching. And so I would just say, what did you do when you started? You know, where did you do it? And in what ways were you able to first spark that motivation? And I would just suggest going back to that or trying that, and maybe that would wake up something. I would also add this, another way to turn your motivation up or to bring it back is add purpose. Set yourself a goal for something that has nothing to do with you. Set a goal for whether it's, you know, something that's charitable or a goal that is going to take you a year to accomplish, and then through those motions of accomplishing that goal, you gain a motivation through that. So the point of that is, don't make this about you. Don't make this about you not feeling motivated. Make this about creating for something bigger. So keep that in mind. All right, let's keep bringing this to life. So someone asked, who's the most famous person that I met? I mean, I would have to say President Barack Obama. You know, I think that was one of the most famous people. Man, man, what else? I mean, I can't think off the top of my head, but I would say also Hugh Hefner is pretty famous, right? Hugh Hefner was pretty famous just in his time on this earth. Joel Osteen, that's a pretty far other end from Hugh Hefner. The President Barack Obama, Hugh Hefner, Joel Osteen, those are my top 3 right there, and I'm gonna leave, and that actually just goes to show who I am as a person. Like, I just, you know, we end up in front of a lot of different people, so. All right, so someone said, do I ever paint my clothes? I think paint just gets on my clothes. It's usually not a choice. It just kind of happens. So as you're seeing this come to life, maybe some of you are not familiar with art history, but in the 80s there was an artist who completely took the art world by surprise. He was originally known as a graffiti artist, but he was able to transcend being just a street artist into becoming one of the most famous artists of not just our generation, but of all time. And it's a rare title that people carry. Unfortunately, he died very young, in his 20s, at the height of his career. Jean-Michel Basquiat, who is depicted here in this portrait. We're gonna add some more to that, but Jean-Michel Basquiat, one of my favorite artists, favorite creators. I'm gonna keep finishing this, but if you get a chance and you don't know who Jean-Michel Basquiat is, go to Google right after this live stream to look up and see his genius as an artist, as a painter. By the way, quick thank you to everyone who's been watching this live stream. I appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day. Even if you just hopped on real quick and you're about to leave, before you leave, thank you. I appreciate it. You know what I forgot? I forgot to add color for his ears. Let's paint his ear in real quick. A little indication of the existence of his ears right there. The one thing I loved about Basquiat's painting was the usage of not only color, but also he actually painted so freely like a child. I feel like every artist should try to tap back into that type of creativity where as children we are the most free. We have the most freedom in our thoughts and our actions, and also we're still developing and learning, but from an artist's perspective, you're not holding yourself back with doubt, which overcomes a lot of us as we grow older. And so I love that his style reflected the mind of a child, but also so many deep thoughts about, social justice to just even the existence of humanity. So Jean-Michel Basquiat, I'm painting right now. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna add some blue. No new questions, all right. Is it still live? Okay. I'm gonna add some, just some secondary colors, some light sources, definition in this portrait. So someone just asked, what's my opinion on graffiti in its non-mural form? So thinking about graffiti in the sense of writing, getting your name up, and I have an opinion on this because I used to do it, and I feel like there's an artist, Shepard Fairey, and a lot of the stuff that he does and talks about is the fact that we've been bombarded with advertisement from companies who have paid to put their message in front of us, and as a retaliation to culture or to the system, graffiti artists are sort of that answer to that, as they put their artistic billboards without your permission around town. And I think that that's the fun and the beauty of how graffiti started. Now obviously it's evolved into so much more now, but I have nothing against it. I respect it, and there's a lot of amazing artists and designers that have done graffiti in the past that are now changing the world with their art. So I love it. I'm all for it. All right, let's get a little bit more creative with this. Just want to define these blocks. I'm gonna bring you closer to see all these details, this color, and also this technique of just how I'm smearing this paint around. I don't really have any names for this stuff. It just feels good, and I hope it looks good later. By the way, if you ever want to learn about more about Jean-Michel Basquiat, check out the documentary The Radiant Child. And also, there's another one, I just looked it up. From Rage to Riches. It's another Jean-Michel Basquiat documentary. All right. So I'm gonna take this, I know I have it in here. I don't know where it's at. Is this it? No. There is a color over here I'm looking for. It's like, oh, here we go. There we go. Just like, look at this, guys, look at this. My cans are literally stuck together with paint. I'm gonna switch this nozzle, this spray tip. Actually, you know what? I don't think this is gonna work. I'm gonna switch it up. So someone asked, how did I develop this style of painting? And it's really a collision of passions of mine. So, other things that I've loved in life, from music, dance, graffiti, animation, and then eventually just painting. It's sort of a collision of all those things combined from life. And then also, Denny Dent was the originator of this performance painting style that I really mainly do on stage, but again, just a collision of passions. All right, well, we're gonna bring you closer in just a little bit. Just gonna add some more, Basquiat-esque lines on this. So someone said, what do I do with my paintings when I'm done? And we photograph them, we archive them, and then we also put them up for sale on my website. So you can visit garibaldiarts.com/gallery, and they are all up there. So do I have any recommendations for beginning artists? Great question. I have a lot of recommendations, but my biggest recommendation for any beginning artist is a couple things. One is to just practice drawing. Practice whatever medium you're working in, become the best at it, become an expert. Outside of that, of just training to be great at creating, the other part is, think about what do you love to do outside of your art. And not only does that become a source of inspiration, it also becomes a source of clients and some of your first collectors by connecting your passion outside of actually creating art and then with the action of art as well. So keep that in mind. That's some of my 2 big tips for artists. Someone asked, have I ever painted Elvis Presley? Yes, I have. Matter of fact, back in the day, I was an official licensed Elvis Presley artist, and I got to perform live at the at Graceland as well. So that was actually pretty cool. So someone said, do I use music to get in the mood of what I'm creating? Absolutely. There's always music on here in the background. You may hear it throughout this broadcast. And whether I'm performing or painting in the studio alone, or if I'm in front of a bunch of people, music definitely sets a tone for my movements, how the painting comes to life, and pretty much everything else. All right, I'm gonna define his hair with this black spray paint. Just want to define it a little bit more, and then we will bring you up closer to wrap this up. Just doing one painting for you today. Jean-Michel Basquiat, today's subject, inspiration. And please go do some research. Please go Google and look up Jean-Michel Basquiat. Okay, it's about that time to throw some paint. Add one more throw of black. And then we'll bring you closer. All right, take one last look. All right, come in closer. Take one last look at this Jean-Michel Basquiat portrait. For me, one of my favorite artists, but also if you get a chance to look him up, Google him. Also check out the documentary, The Radiant Child, to learn more about how groundbreaking he was as an artist. Take one last look, and then we'll chat before we log off. All right, thank you so much for watching this live stream. Those of you who are always tuning in, thank you for sharing these videos. Thank you for subscribing, following. Those are great ways to support this live. Another way to support this live stream and this channel and this platform is to visit my online store, garibaldiarts.com/shop. We have prints and merch available, and all of those go to support this live stream. And thank you all so much for watching. Again, if you want a better view of this, if you're watching this on Instagram or TikTok, go to the link in my bio, as always. All right, let's go sit down and chat. go. Take one last look, that middle view of the painting. If you guys are watching this on Instagram or TikTok, you'll have to just tune in now to see how this looks later on. All right. All right, welcome back. You see him right behind me, Jean-Michel Basquiat, one of my favorite artists, painters, came up in the 80s, unfortunately passed away at a very young age, but still left his mark on this world through every brushstroke and created some of the most genius artwork, also some of the most expensive artwork ever bought and sold in art history. So Jean-Michel Basquiat, even in your, as you pass, we still salute you. Look, we're gonna wrap up this live stream soon. As always, I appreciate you watching from all over the world, but I do wanna know where you watch this live stream from. So let me know where you tune in from. Also, if you're over here on TikTok and Instagram, thank you for watching. I wanna shout you out though. So someone asked, oh, I love this. So they just said, how are you? I'm doing great. Thank you for asking me. That was Saifi Bahari. So thank you for that. All right, I got some city, states, countries coming in right now. I see Canada, Ireland. Let's see, yes, someone said that's Madonna's ex-boyfriend. Yes, so Jean-Michel Basquiat, I think, dated Madonna. I see Greece, welcome. Mexico on TikTok. Thank you guys for watching this. Let's see, Honduras on TikTok. South Carolina. I see Jamaica, Colombia. Yes, Mexico again. Thank you for joining. I see Ecuador on Instagram. San Antonio. All right. I think it's Italy. I see Italy on there. Connecticut, USA. Let's see where else. Macedonia. Colorado, welcome. Thank you for joining. Kansas City. That's Cassie on Facebook. Welcome. Puerto Rico, South Carolina. All right. All right, thank you guys so much. Also, do me a huge favor, go to the most recent post on my Instagram. There's a new video up of the Anderson Paak portrait. We did it here first on this live stream. You guys get to see all these portraits first, but the final edit is up on my Instagram at Garibaldi Arts. Go comment on there and just say, I watched your live stream. I'm gonna show you some love. I'm gonna respond to those comments. If you go on my most recent post on Instagram, just say I was on your live stream. I'm gonna go respond to that. And also, big shout out to Spicy Hot Dog 098 for having one of the best names, and also you're in Australia, so welcome. Okay guys, thank you for joining. If you're on over here, take one last look at the Basquiat portrait over there before we sign off. Let's cut to that middle camera, there we go. All right, take one last look. Once again, my name is David Garibaldi, and this is Art Life Live. Peace. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Again, if you're watching this right now, go to my recent post on Instagram at Garibaldi Arts, and it's the portrait of Anderson